we've had states doing this kind of thing for a long, long time. And by and large, the states that have done it have been wise to do it.
The states that have wooed companies?
Yes. It's been smart of them to woo outside companies to come in. And of course, it will go in time to wretched excess. That's our system. No, I don't worry too much about it. And my attitude toward Amazon is it's a utter phenomenon of nature. I mean, it's hardly ever been anything like it in the history of our country. And very talented, driven people. And I would not have predicted the success that happened. And now that it's happened, I wouldn't want to predict that it was going to stop either. I think it may run a long way.
Just back to the idea of whether New York created a big problem for itself. I was just thinking about it in terms of the new tax laws that are there. And the blue states, the SALT states, have lost a lot in the new tax legislation. It's basically punishment from the government for having such high local taxes because you can no longer deduct those on a federal level. So New York's going to get hit with that. You combine that with the idea that it's not going to be not just only wooing Amazon, but what message that may send to the broader business community. Could a state like New York or someone in the Northeast region really have shot themselves in the foot with a double whammy?
There are a number of places that have shot themselves in the foot. Connecticut, California, New York City. It's been serious. And driving the rich people out is pretty dumb if you're a state or a city. And the idea that you're going to help New York by driving the rich people out, of course it hurts New York. And of course it hurt Connecticut. The idea of that beautiful real estate in Connecticut, down 50% in value, they've driven out all the rich people. And California is doing the same thing. I know a lot of rich people who left California. I think it's really stupid for a state to drive the rich people out. They're old. They keep your hospitals busy. They don't burden your schools, the police department, your prisons. They give a lot. Who wouldn't want rich people? I think Florida and Hawaii have both been very smart in the way they've recruited rich people. And I think Connecticut and California have been stupid.
Do you think the country risks some of those same stupid policies if you tax?
Well, some of the people in California are so anti-growth, they like driving the rich people out. That's not my view, but you can understand why some people think that way.
Some of those people would be the politicians we've heard so much about. He says he's not too enamored with any of the politicians taking the headlines today. In fact, when I asked him which politicians he admired, he says he's not ecstatic about anybody. Business leaders, however, that's another story. In fact, we followed up on this Amazon conversation that we've been talking about all morning, asking him about Jeff Bezos, and we will bring you his thoughts on that coming up in the next hour, guys.